the episode, guys, and today is number 5 on our list. So we're talking Hyper Melanistic Blue Tongues today. So I'm going to show you a couple of different variations, but to keep things simple, it's basically your all black blue tongue. Now, due to different genetics being mixed into these guys these days, there's a bit of variation, which you'll see with the 3 that I show you today. One of them has some albino mixed in, so she's got some real sort of vibrant orange and yellows on the underbelly. The next one is an anery boy, so it's got jet black eyes and more of a smoky belly. And then the third girl, she does have some colour on the underbelly, not as vibrant as the other girl with the albino in it, but she does have some colour underneath. She's more your traditional hypermelanistic blue tongue. So completely blacked out blue tongues. And I would say still one of the favourites across the board in the hobby. Very sought after, very nice display animal. They have a real nice sheen along the back just due to that blackness to them. But yeah, absolutely stunning lizards. And so yeah, I'm going to get you guys set up on something makeshift, maybe a couple of boxes in a different room because this is horrendous light in here, but we're going to get into it. Let's have a look at these skinks. All right, guys, kicking us off, number 1. This is a mother because she had babies from the most recent season. First time mum, and she dropped, oh geez, I think it was between 14 and 17 babies. But yeah, so still considered a hypermelanistic blue tongue. Visually black, as you can see. Beautiful sheen to her, and you can see that that yellow-orange underbelly that I was talking about. I'll give you a quick close-up of that. A little bit hard to see in the light, but you can see the different tones. I mean, she carries the albino gene in her, which means she has the ability to produce visual albinos. You can either pair her up with a visual male, so a albino male, or another male that carries the albino gene, and you'll get some albino babies as a result. But she's an absolutely stunning lizard. Pretty good to handle, as you can see. And I would say, like, you know, 99% of blue tongues are. You can get the odd one. I actually think one of the ones that I'm going to get out today is a bit bitey. But she's a beautiful natured lizard. And you can see, if she pops it out for you, the blue tongue. There we go. But that sheen that the hypermelanistics are known for. Absolutely stunning lizard. And yeah, I'll give you a look at her babies at the end of this episode. She was paired up with a different genetic lizard completely, and they came out absolutely stunning, the colours in those babies. But that's number 1 on our list for today of the hypermelanistics. So a bit easier to see the colours out here in the natural light, but you can see underneath that belly, absolutely stunning oranges and yellows. Definitely one of the favourites. And I think these guys, the origins go back to at least 2009. I think it was before 2009 they were actually found out in the wild. So imagine coming across, I mean, it wouldn't have looked like this, but imagine coming across one of these just floating around. If you're a blue tongue fanatic and you saw one of these for the first time, you'd be blown away. On to Hyper number 2, and this particular lizard is known as a blackout, created again by Mr. Joe Ball. So this is a anery with a hyper, which basically means it's a black lizard with black eyes, if you can see there, and a stunning blue tongue as well. How cool is that? A black lizard with a blue tongue. Now this guy, you can see as well, his underbelly doesn't have those vibrant yellows and oranges like the last girl. That's because of the anery gene in there. It's stripped out the colour. He's got more of a smoky white underbelly. And this guy is coming up on, he's 2 years. He just passed the 2-year-old mark. So he's going to be ready to breed this coming season if we have a suitable female. But because he's got that anery gene in there, you know, there's a couple of different options that he can be paired up with. But he's a great nature as well, like the last girl. It's the third girl that has an issue with me. And she will definitely bite, so I might get a glove out for her. But another stunning example of a hypermelanistic, and definitely one of the favourites in this collection. And I say that about all of them, to be honest. I say that they're all favourites because they are all favourites. This guy in particular, something about the all black animals, whether it be the lizards, snakes, doesn't really matter, but the all black is just one of my favourites. Got that sheen down the back again. Absolutely stunning. And he's even got some of that smokiness around the nose and the lips. But if you're thinking about getting a blue tongue, this is definitely one of the favourites across the board in the collection. When people first get into the blue tongues, just a beautiful lizard to have on display. And we're rounding us off at number 3, guys. This is more like your traditional hypermelanistic. So you can see this girl is predominantly all black. She does have some color at the underbelly, but doesn't have those vibrant yellows like the first girl down the side. Now she is a few years old as well now, I believe. She was actually bred by us a couple of seasons ago, and she's been doing great ever since. She didn't have any babies this season, but that's fine. We're happy to have her in the collection because she's a beautiful lizard. So again, I mean, like, you can pick and choose these days. There's so many different colors of the hypers, but these guys have been around for quite a while now, and they're definitely one of the sought after ones in the hobby, and you can see why. Just something about the all black. It's got a blue tongue, and you know, much like a lot of the other lizards, beautiful nature. Although I did have to get her out with a glove. She tried to come at me and try to bite me, but once she's out, look at her now, puppy dog tame, you know, absolutely stunning lizard, and just an absolute delight to have in the collection. Now these are some of the babies from that Hyper Mum that I was saying dropped this season. She was paired up with a T+, which is a different morph. You can see the absolute insanity on the colours in these babies, and what looks to be sort of like a purpley blue is actually the Hyper coming through, and that will develop as time goes on. But in the sun, these guys look like a rainbow paddle pop. It's absolutely insane, and definitely one of the favourites that dropped this season in terms of the coloration and the patterns. Like, how can you beat that? That is insane. And that's it for today's episode, guys, on Hyper Melanistic Blue Tongues. As you can see, they come in a bunch of different forms to an extent, but at the end of the day, they're all completely black with some different traits on there, some different coloration, and yeah, beautiful nature, these guys. So if you're looking to get into blue tongues, have a look at the Hyper Melanistic as an option, especially if you're a fan of black. I mean, it's a given. Like the lava, if you're a fan of orange, you'd go that. If you love yellows, you'd go the albino. But these guys make beautiful pets, beautiful nature, and stunning little displays. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you on the next one.